Imagine being alone in the wilderness. The night is dark, the moon is your only source of light. The rustling leaves and the distant hoot of an owl are your only companions. Suddenly the tranquility is shattered by an eerie sound, something you've never heard before, a chilling mix of a howl and a human scream. It feels close, too close, yet you can't pinpoint its origin. It's as if the wilderness itself is alive, breathing, watching. Think back to a story you've heard, a tale of a camper who experienced something similar. They described the sounds of the wilderness transforming into a grotesque mimicry of human speech, their once safe haven now echoing with a language that was both familiar and utterly alien. The dread they felt was palpable, a cold shiver running down their spine, their heart pounding in their chest. And just when the camper thought it couldn't get any worse, they saw a dark figure standing on two legs in the distance. What the camper had encountered is known in Native American folklore as a skinwalker. These are not mere creatures of the night, but entities woven into the fabric of Navajo mythology. The skinwalker, or Naldlushi, is believed to be a malevolent witch, one who has chosen to embrace a terrifying power. This power is the ability to shapeshift, to transform into any animal at will. From the cunning fox to the soaring eagle, even the stealthy wolf, nothing is beyond their reach, and their mimicry does not end with physical transformation. Skinwalkers are said to duplicate human voices, luring unsuspecting victims into their trap with a familiar call. But these witches are not just mischievous tricksters, they are symbols of avarice, of an insatiable hunger for power, of an evil so profound that it curdles the blood. When a skinwalker is near, an oppressive dread fills the air, a chilling reminder of their presence. They are the embodiment of greed, power, and evil, and their presence is marked by an overwhelming sense of dread. While many dismiss skinwalkers as mere folklore, there are countless accounts of encounters that suggest otherwise. Let's delve into a few of these chilling, documented encounters. One particular account comes from a man who, while driving late at night through an isolated region of the Navajo reservation, was suddenly accompanied by a creature running alongside his car. Despite his speed, the creature kept pace, its eyes glowing in the darkness, and the man was consumed by an inexplicable sense of dread. Similarly, a woman hiking in the desolate Utah wilderness reported being stalked by a large, unidentifiable creature. She described it as a wolf-like being that walked on two legs and had an unsettling, human-like gaze. The woman felt an overwhelming sense of terror, as if she was prey being hunted. Another account tells of a family living on a remote ranch in Arizona. They reported numerous unsettling incidents, from the eerie sounds of human voices mimicking their conversations, to livestock mysteriously disappearing. The family was convinced they were being terrorized by a skinwalker, causing them to live in a constant state of fear. What's striking about these encounters is not just their terrifying nature but the similarities shared between them. Each person describes an indescribable terror, a sense of being hunted, and the unnerving feeling of being watched by something not quite human. These encounters extend beyond mere sightings. They invade the lives of those who experience them, leaving a lasting imprint of fear and unease. The cultural background and history of skinwalkers provide context to these accounts. Originating from Navajo folklore, skinwalkers are believed to be witches or shamans who have the ability to transform into animals and mimic human voices. The fear associated with these entities is deeply ingrained within the Navajo culture, and these chilling accounts seem to validate these fears. Each story ends the same way, with a lingering fear that never truly fades. These documented encounters serve as a stark reminder that there may indeed be more to the world than what meets the eye, and that the terrifying truth of skinwalkers might be more real than we care to admit. So, are skinwalkers real, or are they just a figment of our collective imaginations? This question hovers in the air, as heavy and uncertain as a foggy night in the wilderness. Fear, after all, is a strange and complicated beast. It's not always about what's physically there, but what our minds perceive to be lurking in the shadows. Folklore, such as the tales of skinwalkers, often reflects the anxieties of society, the fear of the unknown, of the unseen among us. These stories offer a tangible form to our fears, giving us a name and a face to what scares us. In a way, they serve as a mirror, reflecting our deepest, most primal fears back at us. But regardless of whether skinwalkers exist in the physical world, the fear they inspire does. It's a fear that sends shivers down your spine, a fear that makes your heart race. Whether they're real or not, one thing is certain: the fear they instill is very much real.